This is an Armattan Rooster. There's the F7. This is non Bluetooth, so if you want we can add one. I have them. You never know, we might add it. There's that. A little dividing board. Now when I got this ESC, it had 0.6 firmware on there. We are now on 0.10, so quite a long time in between updates. So, and I just did the updates on all of these, so I know everything's up to date. And that's another thing. So, like when you're pairing different flight controllers to ESCs, your pins got to match up. So not everything's universal. Well, if you run a D pin or actually solder directly to the board, it's always a good idea. So, but like I said, this is a pre-done. So I repinned, I think, 2 of these, which is the current and the telemetry wires are usually once in a while reversed. Other than that, I don't mess with the motor wires because you can do all that in Betaflight. This has 2 positives, 2 negatives. I didn't need the second one, so I took that out and left that other one in. Not a big deal. It's pretty cool how it says ESC and flight controller, so you can't get them mixed up, even though they're... So right now, this is the funnest part of the build, is mocking everything up. So far the way I soldered these on. They need to be more of a upright, or you can have them hang off the side. I see a lot of people do. We can move all this up. I still like to solder them more of an angle to get that up so props don't hit. And that's another thing I'll probably do off it camera there. So flight controller, get that some stuff out of the way, get this cleaned up. Nice, good. So for my soldering iron, my go-to is this portable TS 101. I have the TS 100 as well, but that's in my bag, so I keep that on the go, but I keep this one here. I just use a barrel plug. Standard solder. I have the flux. I don't use it that much. I don't need it. There's flux built into this, and that's just enough for me, even for these bigger builds. So all I'm going to do is put my soldering on there and then just kind of move it up at an angle. So it's more like this.
She won't let go till it's scarred.
Same thing like the other one, nice and shiny. Can't see any of the wire strands.
Try to breathe, but I can't, 'cause the air she feeds me is damned. Got a touch like a thorn, 'cause the girl she's hiding horns. She got blood cold as ice and a heart made of stone, but she keeps me alive. She's the beast in my bones. She gets everything she wants when she gets me alone, like it's nothing. She got two little horns and they give me a little bit.
So obviously this heat sink, it's got like a concave part to it, and then if you obviously put your flight controller on there, it's touching, it's rocking. So we want that gap filled. All right, so that's another cool thing about T-Motor. They give you these little straws. They're pretty stout, and you just slide them on there. And they're pre-cut, all the same length. They're not odd shaped or anything like that. So it's all cockeyed. So these are the original screws I believe it came with. I'm not quite sure, but either way, you got that nice gap for airflow. You know for sure that this is a good touch that, and you got enough thread there to put these lock nuts on. Yeah, there you see he's locked down. It's not moving anywhere. They're solid. Okay. So I am thinking of keeping this 4S. And to go with the era of this frame, I have 4 of these T-Motor Pro 2s, F40s, which means it's just their style. They don't like to give out their stator and height and all that, diameters, but F40s are 2306, and these are 2400 kV Pro 2s. So I'm not quite sure if I got the length, because these were used. We cut them. I don't think we're gonna be a little short. Yeah. That's with all of them. Let's see what else we got. And these are T-Motor 2207 and a half, 1950 kV, so that's more of a 6S. These are 2As, 6S. EMA, Echo 223. These are 2400s. Those are 4S. Really sharp. These are 2306s, 2400 kV. These are MR30s. Just a nice disconnect. It doesn't alter, it doesn't shorten the life. It's just a lot of racers used to use them. Maybe even they still do. You burn a motor up, whatever. Pull it off, unscrew, screw another one back on, plug it in. You're back in the race. Maybe people in the bandos like to fly, that kind of stuff, ruin their stuff. Easy changeable instead of bringing 2 or 3 quads, so you just bring more parts. So let's see if we have enough room for this. I can always desolder and solder some longer screw wires on there. Yeah, that's gonna be just fine.
I got the sunset in my pocket and I'm not afraid to use it. Now I'm feeling superhuman. That's the point of the illusion. Like I'm the man round here. 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 Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't even slow me down. You know I'll spread this wild around. So if you shoot, you better shoot me now. Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't even slow me down. You know I'll spread this wild around. So if you shoot, you better shoot me now. Shots fired on me. Shots fired on me. Can't stop me out. You can't stop me out. Shots fired on me. If you find a change of heart, I might forgive you. But if you keep running that mouth, it just might kill you. Cause I'm the man round here. 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 Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't you shoot, you better shoot me now. Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't even slow me down. You know I'll spread this wild around. So if you shoot, you better shoot me now. Shots fired on me. Shots fired on me. Can't stop me out. You can't stop me out. Shots fired on me. Shots fired on me. Can't stop me out. You can't stop me out. No, no. Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't even slow me down. You know I'll spread this wild around. So if you shoot, you better shoot me now. Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't even slow me down. You know I'll spread this wild around. So if you shoot, you better shoot me now. Shots fired on me. Shots fired on me. Can't stop me out. You can't stop me out. Shots fired on me. Shots fired on me. Can't stop me out. You can't stop me out. No, no.
All right, so those are all done. So another thing we could do is start on the flight controller. I just seen this little guy break off. So this is just your buzzer. I like to put that on my builds, clients' builds, everyone's builds. It's got a built-in lithium polymer battery. Tiny little guy to keep this powered up. Even though if you throw your drone battery, it's gone, missing, this will keep beeping because it's its own entity. Right now I'm gonna pin that back. Put that back on. So T-Motor does a very good job of labeling their boards, arrows, so that's what faces forward, but that's not always 100%. They offer you plugs, they offer you solder pads, just in case this plug breaks off. You're still good, bottom and top. But yeah, basically everything is labeled. You can see where everything is. So actually, let's not put this on. I don't know what I'm going to do with this build. I don't know if I'm going to sell it, give it away. I don't know. I don't fly Crossfire. I fly ELRS. But I have Crossfire. So we'll wait and see. We'll put that on later. That's not a big thing right now. So right now we have our plug, ESC, flight controller. That's set. We already gapped our everything, so we can plug this guy in. Not bad.
The illusion, like I'm the man around here. 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 Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't even slow me down. You know I'll spread this wild around. So if you shoot, you better shoot me now. Baby, you can't stomp me out. You know you can't even slow me down. You know I'll spread this wild around. So if you shoot, you better shoot me now. Shots fired on me. Shots fired on me. Can't stop me out. You can't stop me out. Shots fired on me. If you find a change of
Not bad. So, I really don't think we can do analog or digital. There's just not room. Especially with this coming out the back. I could have had this turned around to where this is up front. So, I think the best bet is to do analog. I believe I have a nice Pro 32 by TBS BTX right here. So it's pre-wired. You got your positive, ground, signal, and video wire. So this VTX, it's made by Crossfire or TBS. I'm sorry. I think it goes up to $3S. Well, we don't really hook it up to VBAT anymore. We go with VCC. The lowest it'll take, I think, is 5 volts, so we'll hook it up to a 5 volt. So we have your signal wire, which is this blue one, and then we have your video wire, which is this yellow one. So we want OSD to go through the flight controller. So we're gonna wire this up to any 5 volt and ground, and then we're going to pick a UART for your signal, smart audio, and then your video wire to the video in, because this is sending the signal to you. So this is going in, and actually, I'm sorry, I can't think with him crying. Your camera is video in. This is video out, because it's sending it to you. So we're gonna wire this up to video out and keep it going. All right. So let me find what we need. VO, video out. Right next to it we have VCC, ground, and T3. On the other side right here, there's video in, so that's where your camera is going to be going to, and then the VTX is going to come out this side. All right. So I'm just scraping off hardened flux. So we can read it a little bit better. So we don't want BBAT because this is going to be 4S. You're going to fry your VTX if you hook it up to that one. All right. So, oh no, that's a bridge. You actually get to choose VBAT or 5 volt off this. So I'm going to unbridge this, bridge it to 5 volt, which will turn that positive pad to 5 volt. So let's do that since it's all in line right here. Now bridging for some is easy. Bridging for some seems almost impossible. So I tinned the middle, grab both, and pull away. So now that's bridged, and BBAT is not. So I like to twist my wires so you don't get one rogue strand of wire that can cause a bridge. I just do that so I'm not chasing the wire, it actually keeps it there. I have helping hands, but they're over there in the corner. Alright, so we got negative on the closer here to the standoff. And since the VTX is going to most likely be in the back, I'm going to run my wires this way. You can do it the other way and run it underneath the board, you know, but for right now we're just gonna go right here like this. So T3 is your basically your telemetry, where you're getting your info. So when we go to the software part of it, remember T3. I'm just cutting these to match length. So we go with T first, T3. So TX. And video out, because it's coming out to you. Alright. So you can give it a light twist just to kind of make it look a little bit better wire management. So we're gonna put a little bit better antenna on that. Let's just go with this. So this is an Axie Pro 5.8 gigabyte or gigahertz antenna. They're nice. It's like a $20 antenna for this little guy. We're gonna plug that on there. Actually, is this wide enough? I don't think it is. Close. Alright. So let's take the antenna off. Put the shrink shield on. Slide it all the way through. That's more than I need. That's set. You can wire that wherever. We'll get a 3D print here. Have the antenna stick out the back. So this one, back when I was in analog, I thought this was the best camera. It's a Runcam Micro Eagle. I mean, come on, look at that lens. So with this being the OG style frame, cameras used to be like twice this, to where now we have camera adapters to hold these little guys, and they make them even smaller than this too, obviously. Those are called nanos. Let's go the other way. Snug fit. And I just want it just enough to where these holes line up. Alright, got it lined up so we can put one of these back in. keep that from vibrating or potentially falling out. And that adapter just fits to where this, because this cage is so wide. Alright, so we need to look for you can settle for 2. I like 4. Which I might just settle for 2 right now. Not sure. I got a pile of screws over here you guys can't see. Yeah, let's settle for 2. So there is an up and down to this. Plugs are always up on this style. It tells you the order of your plug, which is these guys. I'm not going very far, so we can plug that in. Put this guy in the cage. So the center is your pivot, and then this pivot on the bottom arcs to where it gives you your camera angle. So if you like to go fast, have that all the way up. If you like to go kind of nice and smooth and slow, lower it down. So now they got that on there, minus 2 screws. I don't know if you can see this. Get some stuff out of the way. Alright, so same thing on this side. You have a bridge, 5 volt VBAT. So on the back of this, it says it can handle 5 volt up to 36 volts. So we're above and beyond that. So you can keep it on the 5. I want to make sure camera gets great voltage. So since this is going to be for us, it's going to be fine. Everything is awesome. So since the camera's up here, we're going to go this way. So I want to reach in that. Not much solder there. Okay. And not much solder on these. I didn't like that at all. so you can kind of see the bridge. And this one's kind of covering up, so you can't see that one. So you got 5 volt and BAT. 5 volt and VBAT. VBAT is battery voltage. VCC is the voltage designated for the actual flight controller of what it wants to give out. So VCC could be 9 volts. VCC could be 10 volts. VCC could be whatever this flight controller says it wants to be. So let's give it a little twist, not too much. And then I'm going to plug this in just because it's going to be easier for me to plug in now. Here. Cool. So I just pounded them in. The gap is right here is really, really tight. So yeah, I like it. So this guy we can mount virtually anywhere. Have it right here. That's pretty easy to hit that button. So that's what you'll want to look for, is how easy can you get to this button, because that's how you actually stop it from beeping. So let's see how that fits in. I'm just going to zip tie it. So yeah, you can still hit the button through here. And then this guy, you can even just go underneath. You can go through. You get a better layout. Wherever. Let's see. Looking for some screws. I don't like how that is kind of flopping around. moving. So as of a receiver, you can go with any protocol you want. Crossfire, Ghost, ELRS. There's some ones I will not mention because it's I don't think it's worth having. I don't think it's worth anyone having. It's a headache for everyone. And what up? So we have Fly Sky, Spectrum, just to name a few others. You can go as quick as closing this up, you know. So this is the first part of the video for the construction part. Once I figure out what we're gonna do with it, I might just leave it off to where the person that buys it or wins it, whatever we do, they can put whatever they want, wherever they fly in this. So yeah, we'll keep it as that. Next video, we can go into the firmware, make sure everything's up to date. Then I'll start playing with the tuning, because you don't want to tune and then update because it's all gone. You gotta retune it. You don't want that.